Donny Joe can't think of the fucking topic tonight. Actually played video games all last night. Expedition 33 is a great game, but he's still got a show to do all the same. Free-Ballin It, Free-Ballin It, that's the name of the show we calling it. Free-Ballin It, Free-Ballin It, what will they discuss? Who gives a shit? Donny texting his paranormal friends, sitting on his ass for when Paul's show ends. Playing video games was his focus. Made this theme song, hoping no one would notice. Free-Ballin It, Free-Ballin It, that's the name of the show we calling it. Free-Ballin It, Free-Ballin It, what will they discuss? Who gives a shit? Too busy with Expedition 33. Donny's not too worried, cause this show is free. A free for all is what Donny's calling it. That's why tonight's show is called Free-Ballin It.
That was actually better. That was actually better than any of the other ones you've done, really. It ended properly.
Do you like that picture of my dog with his sleeping there with his balls out like that?
I just want to know why you would sit there and think to take a picture of your dog like that.
I thought it was funny. That's how he sleeps. He sleeps on his chair like that. This chair
I don't like to look at my dog's balls. I prefer not to.
Yeah, Nim over here says anime Donny looks like he about to rage quit.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Donny got a
you
new haircut.
You gonna hit reset, weren't you?
Yeah. I was busy playing Expedition 33, baby. Been up on that game. Game of the year, man.
Okay.
Game's a fucking
like
masterpiece.
I know what that is.
Oh, hey. You know what? Why don't I show you? So yeah, what's good, Randy? What's going on?
Let's see. Let me think about it. I don't even have the console you're playing it on, so that ought to tell you something. Is it a PS1?
PS5, baby.
If it ain't a PS1, I ain't touching it. I quit playing video games after Final Fantasy X2, really, and that was on the PS2 when I had it. So that tells you how long it's been.
I am going to show this because why not? I can. YouTube's actually very generous when it comes to video game footage or like video game trailers because.
Well, yeah. Now you're doing it like a we're gonna do it as a reaction. Only do 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah,
and then we'll react to the blood and gore.
Rated M for mature.
The game I've been playing.
You should never have come. You're only going to make things worse.
The Last of Us.
Everyone.
No. She chose to come. I didn't make the rules between you two.
You're fighting to change things.
For those who come after.
Oh, she's part of the blip.
Right?
She's been Thanos'd out.
So I was used to losing people.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, come on. This looks like Last of Us.
It's actually a Final Fantasy type game. It's like the same type of game as Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but those two characters right there look like the Last of Us. Look like Joel and what's her name when they first started out.
Yeah, this game is so fucking good, man. Like the combat is just like Final Fantasy VII.
Take everything.
Is this true?
Miles with him.
We need to go now.
It believes like hubby's playing this right now. Yep, everyone's up on this game, man. This game is like killing it right now.
Let me think. No, I'm not. I'm not going to. I don't have a PS5 anyway. So. My daughter has a Switch. Does that count?
It's probably going to be on there eventually.
Did Xbox just die a slow, painful death?
I got a lot to say about that,
I
actually.
know it seems absurd to offer.
'Cause I've had both
Olivia's
PS4 and the
recommends,
Xbox One, and or the Xbox 360,
She'll never paint
and then the
again.
Xbox One. I'm like, how do you go from 360 to one? What the hell? Why?
So yeah, that's Expedition 33. That's the game I'm all up on now these days.
Okay.
Fucking love me that game.
Nemo likes Kingdom Hearts. It looks like.
So yeah, I mean it's a breath of fresh air, honestly, that Expedition 33 is out.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've been following, because I follow a lot of video game news. Like I follow the industry quite closely.
Okay.
And the AAA video game industry has been dying a death. There's been a lot of controversy, a lot of studios been closing down.
Wait.
A lot of
AAA. What
bullshit.
is AAA? What
AAA are like the big budget studios, like the big game
the
studios.
ones that, like originally
the ones
did
that are
Last
like
of Us and
the
Final
ones,
Fantasy
yeah,
and-
like Last of Us, like the ones where they dump like at least 300 or 400 million into the budget.
Yeah.
That's like a
into
AAA.
full blown. It's like watching a playable movie, essentially. Is
Yeah.
what it really is.
But this game that I showed you, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, the entire dev team was just like 33 people, and the entire budget was 50 million. This is a double
Holy
A,
crap.
and it's busting all the records. It's fucking
That's
embarrassing everybody.
Okay, I got a timeout right now because Sin out there just said that her game right now is Phasmophobia. Okay, I played Phasmophobia with my daughters. The one in
What's
England.
Phasmophobia?
It is like some sort of ghost hunting type game. Okay.
Oh,
I've never been killed by a ghost before, so I'm like wondering, well, how in the hell is this ghost killing me? I didn't run, and I got so much despair, I died. And I'm like, how am I dying in this? This doesn't make any sense. Why am I running from this? Why am I doing? And they're all laughing at me. They're literally all laughing at me because I'm like going at this like a real paranormal investigator. Yeah, don't do that. Go in there like the kid in an 80s slasher movie and try and hide in the stupidest spots, okay?
yeah. So you go into game and then like you encounter the ghost hits you, and then like your brain dies or something. Like you go insane and then you die.
Well, the way I like I said, I only played it once because I got so pissed off at it. But you go and get the different pieces you need, to create whatever. Yeah, got to guess what ghost it is. That like she says there. But you got to get the detectors. You have to get the flashlights. You have to go from the equipment trucks and stuff. Take it all the way in and come all the way back out and go back and forth and do it, that kind of thing. And I'm just sitting there going like, this is insane. What the hell? And I'm like,
you know what? I'm curious now. Let's watch.
It's on Steam. I think it's on Steam, if I'm not mistaken. So
no, I just pulled it up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Now
Okay.
now I'm curious.
How old is it? Now look at how old that was.
This came out fucking
That's 7 months
ago.
Yeah, this is all. But that game is maybe a different version. But
all right, let's
game I
see.
played
Let's
is
see
a lot
what's
older
up.
than that.
Let's see what's up.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Oh damn,
Yeah, right
Ouija
there.
board.
Yeah, this is it.
Okay, this is it. It's in the room. Did you see that?
Oh shit.
Hello?
Oh damn, it's scary.
She's gone.
All right, guys, gear up. I'm heading
There's
out.
the gear.
See you in there, okay?
That's the exact
This is an
same mansion
online
I went
game?
into. Yeah.
All right, approaching the lodge.
Oh, it's you played
definitely
together.
been here.
Yeah. You played
It's
it.
like you're exploring a haunted house together.
It's kind of like the Among Us game.
I'm dropping it down. Guys,
I've got contact.
We're on our way.
Oh, that's me. I don't know. I didn't know it was coming to console.
This is starting to freak me out.
We have to regroup. Get back together right now.
it's hunting us!
Man, I hate it when they use voice actors to like play as like players. It's so like disingenuous.
What happened?
Yeah, they don't sound like that, but I can tell you right now.
Normal players don't sound like that, man.
You remember how World of Warcraft was? You know,
Oh shit!
Yeah, with the Leroy Jenkins thing.
Yeah,
that's what it turns into sounding like. You hear these guys going nuts, you know.
Man, so that's what you. Oh, Symphony plays alone.
Yeah, she plays
like
alone,
that.
but she's got other people on there with her, though. I bet, right? So, like me, I played on our own server with my daughters, and you know, that's the way I played on my desktop here. So, anyway, that's what I did, and I literally was in it probably about 30 minutes, and I died because I was killed by the ghost. Because the ghost, specter, whatever, made me filled with such despair, my heart stopped.
In the game.
And I'm just sitting there yelling at my kids like, you know this ain't right? It's hard for me to do things like that, you know, when as a paranormal researcher, you got certain ways of doing stuff. Same thing happened when I used to try and play Guitar Hero. Okay. I would sit there and play Guitar Hero and start doing it. And I'm like, wait, and I'm trying to hit the chords instead of hitting the things on the screen. I'm like, this is just like playing Simon. What the hell y'all doing? Hang on, time out. You know, and I'm sitting there and finally I figured it out. And me and a guy over in Iraq the last time I was there, we started playing. And I would do the bass line for Crazy Train. That's all I would ever play. Let's do Crazy Train, and I'm going to do bass line on it. And I would just dun 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 dun, and I could do that one. That was pretty easy. But I'd always try and hit the chords because it was just natural for me to go after chords instead of going after buttons.
Oh, you couldn't get used to the fact that it wasn't an actual guitar.
Exactly.
Or the guitar control. Yeah, that's its own thing, man. You can't play it like a regular guitar. Now, there is a game where you do play it like a regular guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not Guitar Hero, but there was another one, Guitar Smith, where it's an actual electric guitar, and it's like Guitar Hero, but you got to actually play like the notes and the chords. But the controller is like straight up just a guitar.
I could try that. I could work that one.
It's called Guitar Smith. It's for like the hardcores.
Yeah, because you talk about, I mean, hell, Rock Band and Guitar Hero, those two are basically the same thing, you know. So
yeah. Well, Rock Band, you have other instruments though, because a lot of people like to do it, like to do the drums.
Yeah, well, so did Guitar Hero.
Keith says it's been forever since I played a horror game. That was The Suffering.
Ooh, I remember The Suffering. Oh, that was a cool game.
I never played that one.
Do some look up on that. That was actually that one will get you going. That's a pretty cool game.
It's The Suffering.
Yep.
Oh, this is a PlayStation 2 game. Damn.
Exactly. Hey, we can get really corny. We can go all the way back to Nintendo.
Disney.
We can go all the way back to the original Nintendo and do the Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah, well, that game was pretty jank.
It was cool as shit. That's what it was. Yeah. Inmate.
I've been sentenced to death for murdering my family.
Oh, I think I do remember this game actually.
Yeah. This was freaking cool.
Is this true?
Oh, he won't say. Claims he blacked the whole thing out. A likely story.
When the judge sentenced me to die, he told me he only wished my suffering could be equal to that of my victims.
I read about your trial. They got no witnesses, all circumstantial evidence. No one knows what really happened but you.
I expected to sit.
Damn, I miss these old school PS2 graphics, man. Oh man, that guy had a Confederate flag? What an asshole.
Yeah, he did.
He's a douche. I'm glad he got it. Those damn Confederates.
Everything's under control. Oh, hell.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like an action fucking game.
Oh, yeah. But it's horror based. Yeah, take on the monsters now.
This was likely quite overshadowed, I'm guessing, by Resident Evil. Because this is coming out like in Resident Evil's heyday.
Yeah, I think it was the same vein as Resident Evil, but these were better. They kind of combined Wolfenstein with it, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's the direction Resident Evil eventually went.
Yeah, it's true.
So
Gorilla-san. Yeah.
Now, the one game that fucking scared me so bad that I had to stop, like I couldn't get past the first level because it just stressed me out too bad. Dead Space.
I don't think I ever played it.
That game kind of fucked me up, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I was like, it's like it's not like paranormal horror. It's more like space horror.
Yeah. And that stuff adds a whole new level of horror though to it. Honestly, if you get right down to it, because I can tell you right now, the first 2001 Space Odyssey, after you get past all the highfalutin BS that's going on in the movie and stuff, that's a pretty good little horror flick if you get right down to it with that lunatic freaking Hal, so.
Yeah.
But, Alien, the first Alien movie, and Aliens, both of them.
So for all you non-gamers who are listening right now, I do have to add that if you only know horror movies, right? What did Keith say? Thanks, Donny. You mentioned Dead Space, and my wife smacked my leg. LOL. She was scared of that one. Yeah, that game fucked my ass up. Let me show you that game, actually. This is good. This is Dead Space 1 back in that Dizzy, the original one. Man, this game was rough. EA, back when they didn't suck.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening.
Hey, her lips move kind of like the AI Joe Biden.
Guess you really miss her. Don't worry, we're almost there. You'll be able to look her up once we're on board. Sounds like you do have a lot of catching up to do.
7 days before their arrival.
The USG Ishimura, biggest planet cracker in her class.
Why is it all dark? I don't see any running lights.
Ishimura.
This is Butte. Hold him. By Maritime Law, Article 5469, I hereby declare Captain Benjamin Mathias unfit for duty. The mark must be delivered to the church. I'm sorry, Ben, but I can't let you do this.
USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kellion responding to your distress call. Come in, Ishimura.
Never heard of a total communications blackout on one of these things. You'd think with 1,000 people on board, someone would pick up the phone.
We need more help. We don't have the resources to deal with this many cases. Nobody would tell us what's happening.
Got a real Starship Troopers feel to it.
Yeah, well, there's
It's more like an Event Horizon, I would say.
Okay, all right, yeah, that makes sense.
Isaac, where are you? Help me.
Your future, the future of our race ends here.
There's your boss from hell.
Yeah, man. I dare you to try to get through that game, man. Holy shit. It was, you know what it is? It's like jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. After a while, I'm just like, my heart really can't take this. It's actually like physically painful to play with all the jump scares.
Yeah.
But damn. Yeah, that one was rough.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, no, you got to remember, I'm old, super old school. I started out on Atari, did a little ColecoVision in there, and television. But the first Nintendo, the scariest part of that whole dang thing by God, watch out for Mike Tyson. Because when you started
yeah.
fighting Mike in Punch Out, Mike Tyson would just absolutely beat your ass and you didn't even know what hit you.
Or if you didn't know how to fight against him. Yeah.
It took me forever. And the first time I finally beat him, I won on a decision. I got to the end of the third round and won on a decision. Soda Popinski.
Games.
Yes, Soda Popinski was good.
Yep.
That Soda Popinski was the or Super Macho Man was actually in the actual arcade game. He was the big boss, and that was another one. If you didn't learn how to figure out his dodging and stuff, you were screwed.
Aliens vs. Predator had the face hugger jump scares. Yeah. There's something about that space horror, man. Like, Event Horizon fucked me up. I remember when I first saw that.
Yeah. Well, hell, well, to me, it was still the old
Randy,
Black Hole.
What movie scared the shit out of you the most?
As a young kid, I say young, I was 13 years old when I saw it the first time, was Nightmare on Elm Street, the original.
The original.
Because, quite frankly, I know it's a slasher movie and all that other stuff, and it's campy now, but at that time when it came out, the whole thought of the fact that you being able to die in your own dream and die in real life was completely freaking horrifying to me. And, when you see Johnny Depp get swallowed by the bed and, and the blood gushes out and stuff, that was kind of cool. I enjoyed that. But after the first one, second one was a piece of crap movie, but it became just a run of movies just to get one-liners in. That's all it really turned into. So, but the first one, it messed with me. It really did at first.
What
but
about
that still wasn't the most I'd ever been scared though.
So from that point on, did you wind up watching all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies?
Oh yeah, I watched every one of them. I watched all the Friday the 13th. I watched all the Halloweens. I love the slasher genre. I loved it.
What was rank your favorite, rank the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. What was your number one and then number two, number three?
Number one's always going to be the best to me because it set the standard.
Number one.
The others kind of got, like I said, they got campy after that a little bit. Number three is probably the second one, the Dream Warriors, where they were all in the
I remember that one. I saw that one.
The Dream Master, which was behind it. That was probably number three. And then, quite frankly, just for shits and giggles, it'd be Jason versus Freddy will be after it. The other ones,
I know a lot of people like New Nightmare.
New Nightmare was okay, but it had a whole different concept behind it, when it was doing it. Like, Freddy was a demon trying to live out through the actual script, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
it sort of counts as a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, though.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, because it brought back all the old actors and stuff, and it gave it a whole different vibe. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was good too. I mean, but if I'm ranking the actual Nightmare on Elm Street movies, I don't consider that as part of that. I consider it an offshoot.
What about the remake?
It wasn't bad. I think it was kind of like the Friday the 13th remake. They kind of went a little bit wrong way with it to me, but it was okay. It just, I already knew what to expect. And when you remake something, it's just not as good. I don't care what anybody says. It's just not as good. But that being said,
Chun-Li's legs, yeah.
I mean, to this day, you got the original, obviously, with Johnny Depp getting blown up all over the ceiling and it established the original rhyme. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. That all got established there. But the Dream Warriors, I mean, come on, it's known for one thing and one thing only, other than the fact that they were all kicking ass in the dream. Welcome to prime time, bitch. That whole thing, that set a new standard that the rest of the series followed. It became the king of the one-liners. That was all it was. Dream Master was good because it kind of carried on from the Dream Warriors. But then when Dream Child came about, it just started going downhill from there. It just, the writing was not as good. But when you got Jason versus Freddy versus Jason, that opened a whole new can of worms for both of those guys. You know what I mean? They kind of crossed over, and now all of a sudden Freddy could go in and feed off of Jason's things, and Jason could feed off of Freddy's things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they could have done a little bit more with it because it ended, with freaking, Jason carrying Freddy's head and Freddy looking at the camera and winking and saying, "Ha, gotcha," type thing. Yeah, Keith's right. I did the remake of Friday the 13th gave Jason a human element to him. The remake did, but once again, I looked at that one because it really wasn't a remake of Friday the 13th. It was a remake of Friday the 13th Part 2 because Friday the 13th had his mom was a killer.
What was your favorite slasher movie of all time?
Quite frankly, my favorite would probably have to be the original Halloween. That'd be one of my favorites.
What makes it stand out?
The suspense of it. You had a different level of actors in it between Jamie Lee Curtis, Donald Pleasance, and several others in there that gave it a different feel. It took it an echelon above what a normal slasher would be.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just about slashing either, though. The suspense was amazing. You're sitting there looking at these kids coming into this damn house going like, "Are you freaking stupid? Get the fuck out of there, dumbass."
What did Keith say? I do like the remake, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Gave Jason a human element to him, especially when he used tripwires and bells to know where people were.
Yep.
I never saw the remake of that one.
Yeah, the remake was actually pretty good.
Really?
It kind of went back to the like Friday the 13th Part 2. He wasn't in a ski mask. He was in a hood, so, and it kind of went back to that. That's why I say it was more of a remake of Part 2 than it was about the original Friday the 13th. Yeah,
Anything
Nemo,
with
you're
Jamie
right.
Lee?
Jamie Lee, I'm telling you. That's why I love freaking Trading Places to this day, and I'll watch it every time it comes on, especially if it's uncut.
Why? Because of Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs?
Yeah, dang right. Yeah.
Roger Blair's like, I like Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
See, I feel like Freddy versus Jason was like the same thing as like King Kong versus Godzilla. Like they just want to do that crossover. Dracula versus werewolf, Alien versus Predator.
And I can see that, but the way they did it, and Keith was talking about how the remake gave Jason a human element to him. Quite frankly, Freddy versus Jason gave Jason a little bit of a kind of almost turned him into a good guy there for a minute because he was the one that went back after Jason, to settle the score type thing. So, but it showed his, weaknesses because Freddy could get into his nightmare and mess with him too. Because there's a part where you had Jason sitting there cowering,
Freddy versus Jason. I was anticipating Pinhead coming in at the end. You could have worked that in. You could have worked that in.
You could have, but they're two different studios, I think, is what the issue is. But Pinhead was a different animal to me. I mean, he wasn't.
I feel like Freddy would fit in well with the Hellraiser universe.
Yeah, I think he would have too, because you're dealing with more demonish type stuff then, and because Pinhead. If anybody saw the second one, remember when at one point in the second one, the new monster, or whatever, I can't even remember what the name of it was, stripped Pinhead and all his buddies of their powers and stuff, right? At one point. And then all of a sudden, Pinhead comes back and Pinhead's like, "Yeah, don't think so, buddy," type thing.
Hold on, I'm just texting Jason.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to convince him to come on.
Yeah, tell him he ain't got hair on his ass.
What was my favorite slasher movie? I'd probably say Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The remake or the first one?
The first one. I kind of like that one for some reason.
Yeah, but once again, you're talking about if it had Tobe Hooper did a great job with it because it shouldn't have been as good as it was. But to me, it kind of fell into the into like an original Blair Witch type thing. It was more like a found footage type thing than it was anything else.
Did you like Blair Witch, by the way, when it first came out?
It was okay. The first time I saw it, but you can only fool somebody once. So, but it was kind of cool, and it gave you the jump scares you wanted to see too.
Really? I felt like the first Blair Witch didn't really have any jump scares.
Well, there's a bunch of them in there because you got them guys trying. As long as you didn't know what was going on. I mean, I'm talking about. I was in Germany. I had no idea about.
I thought it was creepy as hell, but it wasn't like jump scare fest. You know,
well,
it was creepy.
No, not fest. I would say, but there were spots that you were sitting there like, oh shit, what the hell's going to happen next? And you're like, kind of on the edge of the suspense. I should probably say it like that, suspense, because you didn't know what was going to happen. And me being in Germany at the time, I didn't get all the prequel up to it. All I got was a fake news thing, you know, it's talked about the found footage, and they're going to show it. And I'm like, okay. I thought at first it was real. I did not know that it was made, you know, because we didn't have any of that information from the States at that time. But I watched it. I was like, okay, this is fake, but this is kind of cool.
What would you do? What if you could do your own crossover? What would you do?
Just of anything?
Yeah.
Boy, that's tough. That is tough. I'm not going to go with the normal. Everybody's a crossover DC and Marvel Universe type thing.
No, that's been done to death. That's been done to death.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, and it's going to sound corny, probably. Honestly, the best, I think, a good crossover. Bring Twilight's ass over to Harry Potter.
I don't think that's not the first time I've heard that suggestion before.
And I never think about it because I've never seen any Twilight. I haven't seen a single one. Never read a book. Never.
I only saw the first one, and it was stupid.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, they already tried to do a crossover with that and Batman, so you know, obviously that needs to go away. I hate Robert Pattinson as damn Batman.
We'll save that one, Randy. That's actually a topic I have for a future show planned in mind. Yeah,
I still just
Here's my idea for a crossover: Scooby-Doo versus Bigfoot.
Oh, that's already been done in Scooby-Doo's.
Oh, Scooby-Doo's gone after Bigfoot?
Well, and Swamp Monsters, Bigfoot.
No, but the actual Bigfoot, they always unmask it, and it's like just some dude.
Oh, I can't tell you all that. Well,
Wasn't there one episode of Scooby-Doo where they try to unmask the monster, but then they realize it wasn't a mask, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Wasn't there one where they did that?
I don't know about that because I remember there's a Family Guy one that the Swamp Monster they tried to do it to, and it was real. But no, I don't remember, honestly. All the Scooby-Doos have blurred together for me for the most part, you know. So I like the first movie that they did, you know. Those guys actually nailed it. You know, when they all switched bodies and everything, and you got Freddie Prince's mouth coming out of damn Sarah Michelle Gellar's body. He's like, "Ooh, I can see myself naked." Like, oh, hell yeah.
My idea for a crossover would be Gilligan versus Megalodon. Now, here's the premise. It's a remake of Gilligan's Island.
Okay.
Right? They, same characters. Gilligan, Skipper, Professor, Marianne, Ginger, the Howls, right?
Yep.
They all get stuck on this island on the SS Minnow. They're trying to survive. And you know how they always almost get off the island? Right? They almost get off the island. They make a raft or whatever. But then, no. Fucking Megalodon shows up. And now it's up to Gilligan to kill it, that motherfucker.
Why would you have Gilligan kill it instead of
Skipper? Then at the very end, Skipper saves his life by, like, sacrificing his own. And then Gilligan's all like crying and shit. And then there's a scene like in Rambo where he's all prepping all the weapons like in Predator.
Yeah.
He's got his shirt off. He's just buried the Skipper. Everyone else is dead. Fucking Marianne just got chomped in half by the Megalodon. And now Gilligan's out for blood. That would be a great movie. I wish someone would make that movie.
I wouldn't say they'd even have to go as far as Megalodon. They could cross it with Deep Blue Sea and use a Mako.
Or like a Loch Ness Monster.
Something.
Yeah.
I think Megalodon would be too big. I think
it's got to be like a sea monster, though. But that's the reason why they can't get off the islands, because of the sea monster.
Yeah, sea monster circling the island.
But
and
now it's like Gil and the professor trying to help him figure out a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be like a darker version of Gilligan's Island.
Keith got one, Scooby-Doo and Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, that actually sounds interesting.
That would work. Scooby-Doo
that would work.
And Five Nights at Freddy's.
Nemo, I'm with you. I am 100% with you. I want that Batman, not the coconut bombs. I want that Batman, the world's greatest detective one. Because that's what Batman was originally. He was a detective, you know? And a vigilante. Can't forget he was a vigilante. So
there's a 2-minute, Roger Blair says, there's a 2-minute fan-made video of Terminator vs. Predator. At the end, Predator wins, and then there's an explosion. And RoboCop steps in saying, come with me peacefully or else.
I the only reason I don't like that is because RoboCop. I absolutely hate RoboCop.
Oh, I like RoboCop. What are you talking about?
I hate Peter Weller. Peter Weller's a pompous, arrogant
I like Peter Weller. He's a history professor, man. He's cool.
Once again, he's a pompous, arrogant piece of shit.
Oh, don't go there, man. I love me some RoboCop.
What else did Peter Weller ever do?
He was in that shitty ass Abyss wannabe movie. What was it called? Fuck. Deep Star 6. It was like the Abyss, but it was like way shittier.
Okay, because Peter Weller was in it. First of all,
what's your problem with Peter Weller?
Did you read about everything that he did to damn near sabotage that entire RoboCop movie?
The first one?
Yeah, he was absolutely, he thought it was beneath him, first of all, but he was still doing it because he signed the contract. And he thought it was beneath him still.
Dude, he dedicated himself to that role, man. He learned how to pop and lock. Please. And he like lost all this weight because of that suit was so fucking hot.
Okay. Anyway,
what are you
we'll
talking
agree
about?
To disagree. He's a pompous, arrogant prick, is what he is.
Did you read the RoboCop versus Terminator, the crossover comic book?
No, I did not.
I thought the premise, actually, of it was quite clever. So the idea was that in the RoboCop versus Terminator crossover, the Terminators go back in time. So what happens is, so there's these humans who go back in time, right? Just like in the Terminator premise.
Yeah.
But they're there to kill RoboCop. So then the Terminators get sent back to try to protect RoboCop because RoboCop, it turns out, is the original prototype for the Terminators.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So they're trying to kill that technology to kill Cyberdyne's capability. That kind of makes sense, right? But then RoboCop, once he figures out what's going on, sides with the humans and tries to fight the Terminators. But I'm like, you know what? That kind of makes sense storyline-wise. I mean, it fits, right? I mean, if he would be their prototype.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It would make sense. Yeah, sure would. I could see that. What was over there? Hellraiser and Silent Hill. I don't think Pinhead would go good with Silent Hill.
Hellraiser and Event Horizon, because it would be like Hellraiser in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. But
that could work.
Candyman and Beetlejuice. Say whose name 3 times, see what happens.
I would like to see Beetlejuice go off against, like, face off against it.
That'd be kind of cool.
Or like Beetlejuice versus Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, because I mean, Beetlejuice is a ghost, you know. I mean, he.
Yeah.
As long as you're not going against a demon like Hellraiser, I think you'd be all right. Because even though Hellraiser was based, his powers are demonic. So, you know, given to him by hell. Whereas Beetlejuice has his ghost powers. That's it. I think he'd be in trouble.
Yeah. By the way, did you see the new one, the Beetlejuice 2?
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
It wasn't
actually,
very good.
Sat down and
I wasn't a fan.
It was not as
very
good as the first one.
No,
it could have been, because I think if they'd have centered more on Monica Bellucci's character, his wife or whatever. Monica Bellucci is a godsend to every man in this world. I will tell you that right now. But
I mean, when I was watching that movie, though, I was thinking, man, she's looking good for her age, man.
Exactly. Damn. She's what, 67 now or
she's
something like that?
She's older, but damn, she holding it down.
I'm telling you what, but that character should have been expanded on because she was soul sucking people, you know. It's like, okay, how are they going to figure this out? But no, we had to sit there and worry about Jenna Ortega getting taken into the underworld or whatever.
Dude,
and everybody's going on the soul train.
So,
come on now.
So here's the thing about that whole thing, right? Remember that whole subplot with her and that boy? And there was spoiler alert, the guy she fell in love with, right?
Yeah.
She thought he was just a neighbor boy, but it turns out he was a ghost, and he was like an evil ghost.
She didn't know she could talk to him, so.
The whole thing resolved by the midway point of the movie, and I was like...
Exactly. And then you were right
back. It was
to
like watching
with
two
the
separate
same
movies,
thing as you
man.
were before. Yeah. Yeah, you were still dealing with right back to where dealing with him trying to marry Lydia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, dude, really? Not fun. It just wasn't.
I feel like Jenna Ortega's character didn't need to be in there.
I don't mind her being in there per se. I didn't like the way that they killed off Lydia or the mother, Catherine O'Hara's character.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of expected her to stick around, but after they said that the dad had been killed by a shark or whatever the case might be, I knew they weren't going to bring him back because of his sordid history. But, ooh, that's a good one. Predator versus Wolverine.
That's already been done.
Has it?
By Bat in the Sun.
Who?
It's like a
comic.
It's a higher end fan film.
Fan fiction. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'm checking to see if we can actually play it. I think we can actually play it.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You know what? Let's play it. If we get kicked off, we get kicked off. Sorry, guys. If we get kicked off, if YouTube kicks us off, that's the end of the show, guys.
All right. Roll with it.
Predator versus Wolverine.
Just in case. Bye, guys.
But yeah, guys, it has been done. And this channel actually did it quite well, I gotta say.
How much do we get to see of it? Is it just a trailer?
No, I think we get to see the whole thing.
How long is it?
Just like 10 minutes.
Okay. Let's roll with it. I've had too many beers. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just skipping to the actual film. If you haven't seen this, and if you want to see what Predator versus Wolverine would look like, you're in for a treat, folks. All right.
Just make sure you pause it about every 20 seconds or so.
Yeah.
That way it becomes now it's becoming a reaction video.
Yeah. Does that help YouTube not shutting us down?
It helps the algorithms kind of stuff. Well, look at all the reaction videos you have out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that stuff that they shouldn't be showing, but they're showing it and they're getting away with it. They just got they got to break it up so that the damn bots don't catch it, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right. And I got it up on the other side.
They made him look like comic book Wolverine.
Yeah, they did. I see that.
Yeah.
With the fangs and everything.
Yeah.
Now, this is actually done by actual actors, though, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a fanfic like channel, but it's like pretty big budget for what it is. And
yeah,
it's well done. It's professionally done. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Don't get too close there, dude. Don't get too close. Where's your prey?
I mean, they got the look.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like a cheap. It doesn't look like cheap cosplay.
No, it doesn't. It's actually doing very well done. It looks.
I was quite impressed when I first saw this.
Oopsie. Hey, no fair. You can't shoot at him. Oh, you got cut, buddy. I'm almost there right now. That's not fair. He shouldn't be allowed to use the dadgum weapons, okay? You're muted.
I was going to say, he's got his healing factor, though, man. It's kind of fair if you consider that.
Yeah, okay, all right. But that thing incinerates him and won't be able to heal.
I mean, well, it's different for each. It's different for each comic book or movie, like the rate how fast he heals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Even the
I thought Beast was ugly.
Good one, right?
That was a good one, yeah.
I mean, this is pretty well done, man. Gotta say. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's very well done. Oh, explosion time. Yeah, there you go, Sprite Fairy. Definitely.
I need
only be one.
Let's see how the fans voted. We have 69%.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. The fans actually decide who wins, so they'll post it.
Oh, okay.
And then all the fans will vote online, and then based off the result, they actually show the ending.
I think that was actually really well done. I mean,
yeah, Bat in the Sun, cool. Man. They got a bunch of these, man.
Yeah,
they're all well done. I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that. That was actually cool. So I mean, like Spike Fairy said the same thing I was thinking. There can only be one. Now we're getting into Highlander there.
Have you seen Joker versus It?
No, I have not.
Would you like to see that one?
As long as it's not the Arthur Fleck Joker.
No, it's actually the video game, like the Arkham series Joker, who's like the most fucked up looking one.
The sadistic fucker. Yeah. Okay. Do Green Ranger. Spider says Green Ranger. I don't know about Green Ranger. I don't know what that is.
So for people who are into like horror crossovers. All right. Ready? This one is CG.
CG?
CG.
Okay. Hey, did Mark Hamill do the voice for Joker in this?
He thrusts his fists against the posts.
The original character, yes, but I don't know if I don't think they spliced in like Mark Hamill for this video. I'm pretty sure they just got a different actor. But this version of Joker, yes, Mark Hamill did voice this version.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, did they pull from the actual
Arkham they pulled his look straight from the Arkham series.
But they did their own dialogue and stuff, so they found somebody to do a voice actor then. Okay. All right. Because I'm about to say,
that was the thing that made the Arkham series. They had Mark Hamill as Joker still. They still had Kevin Conroy as Batman.
Kevin Conroy, yeah.
Yep.
And if these guys would have been able to get them, hell, they'd have been right up there with them.
Yep.
He sees the ghosts. He thrusts his fists against the posts and still insists he sees the ghosts. Leave me alone or I'll break your bones.
It sounds like him.
Oh shit. Joker's like, what?
Somebody even more fucked up than I
am. I guess I'm not in Arkham Asylum anymore.
Now, this is a different channel. This is Mighty Raccoon, who also does good stuff, but they do all their stuff in CG.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's in Derry, isn't he?
City, or am I dreaming? These people don't even recognize me. I know what this is. This is a bad show. Oh, hey there! Come give Daddy Joker.
Because you know how like it tries to feed off of your worst fears.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can't scare the Joker because he's so insane.
This is really starting to piss me off.
Kind of like the that thing in the Harry Potter movies, you know, that would feed off show the worst fear of whoever is going toward.
Harley, why did you wear that stupid outfit? Harley?
Today marks the 1-year anniversary
What the hell is going on?
Any thoughts on the occasion?
Are you even listening to me?
The Joker, you remember?
The question mark guy. He's dead?
No, not him. You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's forget about.
Oh yeah, this is actually an homage to Arkham Knights. So So in Arkham Knights, the last Arkham game, they figure out what Joker's true fear was.
Yeah.
You know, through the scarecrow, whatever toxin, right?
Yeah, yeah. The
Joker's true fear is actually to be forgotten. Like for people to
like
ignore
nobody
him.
knew who he was. Yeah,
Yeah, to be
didn't have
ignored.
a legacy.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yes, let's forget about
No one is forgetting me. Donny, answer me. Someone is in big trouble. Hiya, Joker. What did you do to her? How about a gun?
See, that's where I got the issue
Show
because
yourself.
Pennywise
Stop
is a demonic entity, whereas Joker's an actual person type thing.
Right.
A nutcase, but and devilish himself, but he's still a person.
But remember how the way Pennywise gets his power from people
from their
is
fear,
through their fear. But
Yeah.
how do you do that to someone who's got no fear, right?
Yeah, exactly. Unless you figure it out like he just did.
Yeah.
Playing with me! Get off me! What the hell are you? Time to float. Oh, shit.
This reminds me so much of the Tim Curry version from 1991.
I mean, they made him out like the new one, but yeah.
I know it made him look like it, but the idiot, the way he dances and giggles is more like the way Tim Curry did it in 91.
Float down here, motherfucker.
What are you doing here?
He should have been run.
Yeah, Jason Todd's right.
With the crowbar, he beat him to death.
Yep.
See, it's supposed to be Joker's worst fear, and he's laughing at it.
Yeah. Does not care.
I'll kill you, clown.
Okay, clown boy. You got what you want. Do what you want with me. Come on. Get off me!
He ripped off Joker's arm.
Yep. He still got shot.
You make me crazy!
Puddin', how could you?
Simple, really. Like this.
I tell you what, though, those guys wrote it real good.
Man, they've been doing a lot of these, man. Some of these are really well done, I'm telling you. They got a whole bunch of these, like, anime crossover ones, too.
Yeah.
I started a joke which started the whole world crying, but I didn't see that the joke was on me. Oh no.
He's got 27 years to wait.
So, yeah.
Wild.
Anyway, so yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Wild. But yeah, maybe next Free-Ballin It, we could watch some more. What do you think, Randy?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed those two, actually.
Yeah.
That one with the Wolverine and Predator, I'd never even thought of that kind of stuff happening. So I'm going to check their stuff out.
Oh, yeah, you definitely should. I also like to check out Superman vs. Thor.
Superman versus Thor?
That one was fun.
That ought to be interesting. So, yeah.
And they also had Darth Vader versus Batman. That one was also fun. Oh, and another one.
I saw that one.
Did you see Darth Maul versus Spider-Man?
No, I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah.
The Batman versus Darth Vader. Did Batman end up in a ship shooting into the Death Star at Darth Vader in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that one. Yeah, but I saw it on Facebook. It was shared out on Facebook. I thought it was cool as shit when I watched it.
Yeah. All right.
Skull versus Green Ranger. So
I don't know. It's 10:30. Did you want to leave it at here?
Oh yeah.
It's been about an hour.
Fine. I'm good.
Yeah. This is another edition of Free-Ballin It. Tune in next week, folks. I'm gonna be going back to like more regular content. But you know what it was, Randy? These shows take so long to prep, and I was just kind of like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah, we're gonna screw around today.
Yeah, we're just gonna fuck around. All right, guys. Anyway, I think that's it. Hop on to Rob's channel. He'll be on in a bit. I'll probably be in there in the chat or just lurking. What are you gonna do tonight, Randy? After this?
I'll probably go to bed pretty soon. I've had about a good amount of beer today, so I'm just kind of hanging out.
I've only had two.
Tacos. I've had, during the day, of course, I mowed, so I was drinking while I was doing that. And yes, all the lines are not straight. Let's see. I'll probably go to bed pretty soon.
All right, man. All right, guys. Hop on over to Rob's in a bit, about half an hour. We are going to sign out, and I guess we'll see you Wednesday or Saturday.
Or whenever.
On Randy's channel.
All right. Yeah, I still got to figure out what I'm doing. So.
All right, y'alls. Peace out.
Donny Joe can't think of the fucking topic tonight. Actually played video games all last night. Expedition 33 is a great game, but he's still got a show to do all the same. Free-Ballin It, Free-Ballin It, that's the name of the show we calling it. Free-Ballin It, Free-Ballin It, what will they discuss? Who gives a shit? Donny texting his paranormal friends, sitting on his ass for when Paul's show ends. Playing video games was his focus. Made this theme song, hoping no one would notice. Free-Ballin It, Free-Ballin It, that's the name of the show we calling it. Free-Ballin It, Free-Ballin It, what will they discuss? Who gives a shit? Too busy with Expedition 33. Donny's not too worried, cause this show is free. A free for all is what Donny's calling it. That's why tonight's show is called Free-Ballin It.